Alright, Hayes Mega here, and welcome to another desktop figure show and tell on the Hayes Mega channel. So we've got Momo Chiyoda here from the Demon Girl Next Door, okay, or Machikado Mazoku. So I'll tell you how I got this figure. I got this for Independence Day, alright, July 4th, 2021, alright. Every year Kotobukiya US or Koto US, they have like a sale, all right? So I know that they have this sale, and it's like you get like, I forgot how much, but it was like 20% off. I think you get like 20% off anything that's in stock, all right? So I think, well, what did I get? I like 2 years ago I got something. I don't think I got anything last year, but yeah, that was it. I got a Eyes Wallenstein. That's what I got, because they had her in stock. So it was kind of the same story with this figure. I was kind of browsing around, and I was like, "Hey, they got the Momo figure." So I'm gonna tell you now, the figure I really wanted was the Yuko figure. Okay, and you'll see it on this is like, there's a companion figure for this figure, and it's the Yuko figure. Okay, and I kind of wanted that one more because I think she looks really hot and cute in that outfit. So that's what I say, okay. But hey, I like Momo too. So here she is. And so I found her on Koto US's website for $149.99, 150 US dollars. With the discount, the discount was $30. So, and then the tax was $11.40 and shipping was $14.84. So, when it was all said and done, to my door, she was $146.23. So pretty expensive, okay? I think the Yuko figure was like $120. I think that it would have been the same price if I remember. And I've been trying to get the Yuko for a long time, ever since the anime finished. And she never came out. I guess you could only get her if you pre-order her, because I could not find her anywhere. Like, I was just scouring everywhere, and then now the Yuko figure is so expensive. But there is a good thing. They're making a second run of the Yuko figure and the Momo figure, and yeah. So I'm gonna get her next year apparently. Okay, I pre-ordered her this time. Okay. So anyway, that's how I got her. Koto USA, $146 to my door with the Independence Day discount. Okay, so the good thing is she was already in the U.S., so shipping and the time didn't take that long. Okay, all right. So let's begin the figure show and tell. So here we got Momo Chiyoda from the anime and manga, I believe, Machikado Mazoku, or the Demon Girl Next Door. Alright, we're gonna go take a look at the box. It's kind of got this white background with some kind of shapes on it, and then I would say that's maybe a half window right there. Alright, you can actually see the figure inside. And then it says here, Sentai Filmworks officially licensed product. That's interesting. I didn't know that Sentai Filmworks does figure stuff, is what I'm going to say. I guess they're the ones that have the license for it in America. Okay, and then here we've got the actual artwork that the figure is based off of. I love it when they add this to the box, It's a pretty nice box. Would it be a good display box? You know what? It would be a good display box if you took all the plastic stuff out of it. There is a window on top, so you can shine some light in there. Okay, so it's a 1/7 scale pre-painted figure, Momo Chiyoda right here. It's by Medicos Entertainment and Kotobukiya. Okay, so I guess Kotobukiya is the producer, and then the Medicos is the one that they make the figure. Okay, there's co-production. That's what I say. Okay, so it's really a Medicos figure, I guess. Have I had any Medicos figures? I don't know. But you know what? The box reminds me a lot of the Kotobukiya stuff. Alright? It's a little bit smaller than I thought it would be. But okay. So let's take a look at this side. So here we got, it's kind of like a flower cutout. Alright. It says Machikado Mazoku here. and Momo Chiyoda right there, and that same kind of continuing background. The back has the actual artwork for both of the girls. Okay, so there's the Shadow Mistress Yuko and the Momo Chiyoda illustrations. All right, so I will be getting the Yuko. So no, it's the one I really wanted. Okay, and then it says illustrated by Ito Izumo. So it's nice that everything is in kind of English and Japanese, because Hades can't read Japanese. It says Shadow Mistress Yuko is not included down here also, by the way. Okay, and it's got a green background this time. Alright. And here we've got a kind of close-up picture of the front of the figure right here. And then the Machikado Mazoku logo right there. There's a picture of her wand. And then the kind of the base. Okay, the base should be really interesting in this figure. And this is Momo Chiyoda, sculpted by Kotobukiya. Okay. The box already came kind of damaged too. The top right here is kind of messed up, and then the edges thing. I don't know what happened. Maybe I dropped it or something. Shame on you, Hades Omega. I can't remember. But I just took it out of the box, and I wanted to do figure show and tell on it before it gets dusty. So. Okay, there's the top of the box. It's got a pretty nice window. I would say that's more than 50% right there. Okay, and it's got the same info from that we've already seen on the box. Okay, kind of a weird shaped window, if you ask me. All right, let's do the unboxing. Okay, before I put the box away, that's what the inside looks like. It's got kind of that sakura petal with the kind of polka dots, and it's pink. All right, it's very pink. And look at the way it casts the shadow in there. I like it. It's kind of nice. Pretty nice box, if I do say so. Okay, continue on. Okay, there she is, Momo. Very pink, so I want to say. All right, the paint is really nice on this figure. All right, but we'll go take a closer look at it in a bit. But let's do a quick 360. So the figure came out in one whole piece, pretty much, except for the wand. All right, you got to put the wand in. You have to take the. I was trying to stick it in without taking this part off. All right, so there's a little manual it comes with, and it tells you, what to do. So you got to take the bottom off. All right, pull the bottom off, and then stick it in there. And she's holding it pretty tight. So okay. And yeah, so she comes out as one piece pretty much. All right, very nice. No, not very much assembly required. The wand was a little tricky, but I figured it out. Okay, so let's do a quick 360. I'm gonna look over closely, and then we'll go scrutinize the figure and take a closer look at the finer details. Okay, see you in a bit. Okay, Hades Omega's back. And I like what I see, alright? I have this, I'll tell you right off the bat, this has like some of the most beautiful pink paint I've ever seen on a figure before, okay? And the paint just in general is very, very good. Okay, definitely worth triple digits, alright? Okay, so let's start at the base and we'll work our way to the top. It's time to begin the scrutinizing process. Okay, so there's the base. That's her goofy cat right there. Alright, I guess Matako is what his name is. It's the goofy cat that says some strange stuff. It's been a minute since I watched anime. And then so there's a kind of like a sign here with I guess Yuko and Momo outline it right there. All right, and then there's the base. The base is pink. It's an interesting shaped base. It's like, I guess there's a smaller base and then the wider base. That's what I'm gonna say. It's kind of mushroom shaped, sort of. Okay, there's a sign right there. Another sign right there. A lot going on with this base. Okay. It's kind of like a matte finish pink, and then there's that flower. Okay, I guess is that like a peach flower or something? I'm not sure. That's her name, Momo, right? And Momo's a peach. So there it is. So she's secured by a peg. I guess that goes to the rest of this stuff. The rest of the base. It's a very kind of weird base. But it's already constructed, so, you know, I don't really know how she's anchored on there. Hopefully they use some metal. Okay. Let's start at the boot now. So the boots, her boots are like really, really glossy white, okay? And you look here, and then she's got that flower petal again, the Momo petal. And then there's kind of like almost like a hot pink color, like a really glossy hot pink color high heel sole to it. Okay. And then the boots go all the way up to her thighs. All right. So let's go move the camera up a little bit more. And yeah, so that kind of very glossy white. Looks like a vinyl. It's kind of hot. Kind of like it. And then yeah, so you can see there's some kind of ripples here from the material moving. All right, you can see the molding here behind her knees. Very good. There is shading. So there's some very faint purple shading around where the ripples are and stuff, where the folds are and stuff. Okay. You can see that it is like a hot pink color behind the flower right here. Yeah, you know what? It's weird. This one is lighter. This one is a lot whiter, or lighter pink than the other one. The other one is much darker. Okay, if you look at the flowers. Okay, they got the little flowers on there. It looks, there's the soles. It's a hot pink. Really stands out. That's what I'm gonna say. Okay, and then there's the top of the stockings. It's kind of got this kind of two line border type of deal. It's a kind of light, really glossy pink color, and then there's a kind of like a matte kind of. It's got some matte kind of lacy frilly stuff on the tips. Very nice. Let's move up a little bit more. Okay, and then you can see her legs. Skin is alright. It's a matte finish, and it's not shiny. It doesn't look too plasticky is what I'm gonna say. Looks good. And then we're gonna go take a look at the let's take a look at these since they're kind of in the way. So those are like some kind of like tassel, or they're the parts of the ribbon. All right, so what they are. So if you look up higher, she's wearing this really big ribbon here, and I guess it's tied together, or it just comes off of the ribbons. All right, and it goes down there, and it does have shading. It does look, yeah, it does have shading. It looks like it's really light. It's lighter here, and it gets darker where the folds are and stuff. Very nice. The paint is very nice on this figure, guys. Okay, and then here's the tips. Looks like a Momo, right? A peach. There you go. And they're like kind of glossy. So where the kind of ribbon stuff here is matte finish, the Momos are a kind of glossy pink, right? With the green tops. Very nice, shaped like a heart. Okay, yeah, paint looks excellent. It does have shading too. The peaches do. Very nice. It gets lighter in the center and then darker on the edges. Okay, so let's move on up to her dress. Wow, look at how many kind of ruffles her skirt has. 1, 2, 3, 4. and 5, I guess, if you count the kind of frilly stuff on the bottom. Very nice. And they're all different. They're kind of like offset and stuff. The details on the little frills, the little dots and stuff, very nice. Paint is excellent. I can't find any flaws with it. Jeez. And it also, they're all kind of different colors, and they all have some kind of shading on it. I don't know how they added so much shading. The shading is so good. It's like the transition isn't like very rough, is what I'm gonna say. It's very soft. It just goes from like one color to another, to like a much lighter color. Okay. It's not. It's like it's almost like there's no shading, but if you look at it very carefully, there is. Okay, so yeah, here we got a light pink, and then it's kind of like a purplish kind of pink here, and then it becomes white on the top, and you can kind of see in between it. Very good detail on that. I like that. Okay, and then she's got these kind of two tails coming off of her dress. I guess, yeah, so there's a skirt part on the dress. Yeah, Hayes Megas just loves talking about dresses. Alright, these magical girl dresses, man. So yeah, this is the skirt, and then there's like a top to it, alright? So the top has these kind of tails that come off of it. I guess there's 2 in the front and then 2 in the back, okay? And they go off into kind of like a triangle. And then there's like a kind of like a diamond shape here. All the paint is nice within the lines. Oof, man, it's so nice. Yep. Okay, and there's another one of those frilly things right around here. So there might be another one of this on the top here, but you can't see it. Okay, and then her the top part of her dress looks very nice. The molding is so good on it. You can see where all the folds are here, and it looks like it doesn't even need shading, but I think it does have shading. Yeah, it does have shading. See, like where her boobs are, it's kind of lighter over her boobs than it is like everywhere else. And like where the folds are, it looks like it's shaded. It's either it's shaded or the molding is just so good it creates that 3D kind of effect. Okay, it's really nice. Okay, and then there's a kind of like a line down that goes down between her chest. All right, and there's like an open diamond part. You can kind of see her tummy. It's a very interesting dress. That's what I'm gonna say. It's got a really high slit to it. Okay, and then you can see kind of these lines back here, and then there's a kind of gold border around the top here. It goes around. Very nice. And then on the top, let's move the camera up a little bit more. On the top, she's wearing a ribbon with a peach in the center. Very nice. It's got shading on it too. Wow, man, they just added shading to everything. See, it gets darker here and then lighter here. The peach doesn't have so much shading, is what I want to say. But man, there is shading galore on this. Katie's Mega loves shading. Okay, if you guys don't know. All right, and she's kind of got this choker thing around here. Okay, so here's one thing I got to gig him for. Look at her head. It's not really on there. It's like there's the peg, and then you can see her neck. Okay, so I'm going to attempt to fix that right now. I think I just have to press down on it. Okay, good. I did it without breaking. It's not quite. I think that's as far as I'm gonna get it. So there is a teeny tiny gap. I don't know why they made it so you can take her head off, but they didn't put it on all the way. Okay, I realized that when I was checking her out. So, and I didn't touch it until like we got up here. So I'm gonna say, so you guys could see it was off by a few millimeters. Okay, but yeah, she's kind of wearing this kind of choker dealy around her neck. All right, yeah, it just kind of goes around her neck. There might have been an alternate head for this. I can't remember. If you pre-ordered this, you might have been able to get a different face for her. I'm not sure. Okay, yeah, so before we get to her head, let's talk about her arms. So you can see her skin, her back, and her arms are all exposed. She's very slender too. She has a nice figure. She's kind of got that supermodel figure is what I'm going to say. Okay, where Yuko is just kind of short and thick, you know. They're like completely opposites. It's funny. All right, the skin You know, the skin doesn't look so nice. I mean, it looks good, but it doesn't look like there's any kind of shading on the skin. For how much shading is over on for the paint for the rest of the outfit, like the pink stuff, everything that's pink on this figure looks freaking spectacular, okay? The skin looks okay. All right, it's not too shiny. It doesn't look plasticky, is what I'm gonna say, but there's like no shading on it. Okay, and yeah, but you can see them shoulders in the back and the shoulder blades. Yep. No armpits. No side boob. Okay. And then her arms, all right? So she's kind of got these like arm covers. So what I say? It's like those things I wear when I'm driving on the road and I don't want my arms to get burned by the sun. Yeah, so it's kind of like a light pink color, and it's got like a bunch of folds in it, and the molding is so good for the folds. I really, really like it. And then there's a transparent white material here. You can see through it. Very nice. It's got kind of gold accents and stuff, and then that kind of white. Yeah, white with the lines again. It's kind of follows the same theme the whole time, you know. And it's got this kind of garter type material that wraps around her arm. And then it's kind of like a hot pink frilly stuff at the top. So much stuff to talk about. So much stuff to talk about, okay? And yeah, so it's the same dealie on this side with her arm is bent. All right, and I don't know what she's trying to hold here, but she's kind of got a weird pose. That's what I say, okay? There's that clear stuff again. And then there's her fingers. Does she have any kind of fingernail polish? Yes, I think she does. They're very light pink fingernail coloring. Okay. She's got her hand kind of curled up. All right, and then in this hand, she's got the wand. All right, let's go down a little bit first. All right, she's got the wand. All right, so you got to kind of just slip that in there. I'm pretty sure some of the paint came off. It's kind of a very light purple color, and then there's like a clear heart here, and another heart up here, and then there's like a kind of gem up there, and then it's got some glossy wings, white wings coming off of it. Very nice. Very good attention to detail. Okay, I'm gonna take a look at her head. All right, there she is, kind of the typical Momo, just no expression at all. All right, and she's just kind of looking off to the right. This is supposed to go together with the Yuko figure. And then you can see on her face, the skin is a little pink on the sides. She's kind of blushing a little bit. The hair is really nice. It's kind of like a white, very light pink, all right, with lots of shading everywhere. Some very nice hair, okay, and then she's got these hair ties. I guess it's kind of painted on hearts or peaches, and then these kind of things that come out that look like kind of like feathers, sort of, kinda, on the sides of her hair. All right, you can kind of see that line that separates the front and back of the hair. It's kind of got a big gap, and there's kind of some dust on it. Okay, and then you can see her ear poking out here. Looks good. And then this is her hair on this side. Okay, yeah, so I have to say I am very impressed in this figure. This is better than most of the stuff that you get from Kotobukiya. So I'm gonna say, okay, it's definitely, you know, it was co-produced with Medicos, okay, so I guess Medicos probably did most of the work, as I want to say. But Kotobukiya, you know, they make all sorts of figures, and this is one of the nicest Kotobukiya produced figures I've ever seen, all right? It's up there with the Eyes Wallenstein. The paint is so nice. This has the best pink paint I've seen on a figure ever, okay? Maybe the Elfelt, yeah, maybe the Elfelt is close, but man, this has so much pink paint on it, and it looks nice. And Momo looks so cute and pretty with it, okay? That's what I'm gonna say. And just like, it's just, yeah, she's kind of like suspended in the air, sort of, kind of. It's a very cool figure. And I hope it doesn't droop. I don't think it will droop. But yeah, it kind of looks like she's kind of floating. Very nice. Ugh. All right, so happy. Is she worth $150? You know what? I would pay like 120 for this figure, but you know, it's so hard to get these figures. I guess 150, you know, because she's kind of rare. So I say, I believe the Yuko was 120 also, and I was already, it's already kind of too much, you know. But yeah, there she is, Momo Chiyoda. All right, so I will be getting the swimsuit figure for the Momo also. All right, so I will have a future figure show and tell on that. I will probably put it at the end of this video if I ever get it. Okay, but it'll just become some kind of random figure because I don't have any other figures from this anime series. I'm looking forward to the second season coming out. This is one of my favorite animes of like, I guess, I don't know, it's been like 2 years already. Yeah. I think it was 2019 when the anime came out, and I enjoyed it a whole lot. So, and I look forward to the Yuko figure. I will be getting the Yuko figure sometime next year, early next year. I'll be getting the Yuko figure. That's the one I actually wanted. Okay, but I like this one too. The quality is very, very good. It's definitely worthy of triple digits. The price tag is what I'm gonna say. Okay, and then. And yeah, the paint is just beautiful. It's got all sorts of, it's got like a glossy boots, and it's got a lot of matte finish for the dress. The dress just looks spectacular. Just the details and the frills and the dress itself. And there's just, the paint is perfect. It's for the most part, it's all on the lines, you know. Maybe it could be a little straighter, but yeah, it looks really nice, man. And the glossy stuff looks really nice. Okay. Yeah. Very nice. Okay. So I'll take some 360s of the figure and close-ups, and that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. That's Momo Chiyoda from Machikado Mazoku, or the Demon Girl Next Door.